In this video, we'll take you along for the ride as we celebrate Christmas and New Year in Tokyo. Eat some traditional Japanese food. Go to a hot spring resort town and stay in a ryokan. Go to a unique and eclectic museum and visit a Scottish castle in Guma Prefecture. Wait, what? More on that later, but first we need to get to the Airbnb from Tokyo's Narita International Airport. Actually, Midori is already there in Tokorozawa, having gone over a week or so earlier to be with her mom, who's recovering from some major surgery. For years, we've been getting a bus from Narita and going to her mom's apartment in northeastern Tokyo. But post-COVID, they have discontinued that bus. So for now, my choice is Narita Express or the Skyliner. They both will take you to the Yamanote line in Tokyo, so it sort of depends on where you're going after that. I've arrived in Tokorozawa, and I'm going to go with Midori to get some Chinese food. Actually, sort of more Japanese food than Chinese, but we've been going here for 30 years. They know us here, we know them, and so we always get the same thing. Now I'm going to do the voiceover here because the restaurant was a little loud, so you can't really hear what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is these gentlemen have been here for well over 30 years. They were going for a long time before we even started, and while we lived just a walking distance, we would come here to get dinner once or twice a week. And we almost always got the same thing, subuta. And subuta is sweet and sour pork, ostensibly. But for us, it's sweet and sour chicken because that's how they make it here. Most train stations in Japan have streets in front of them with shopping on both sides. They're called Shotengai. This is the one for Tokorozawa City.
Basically, this is all snacks.
So now it's a snack superstore.
Yeah.
What's that? Talking about what?
Umaibo.
Umaigo?
Umaibo.
Umaibo. Umaibo.
Salad taste. That's
It's a salad
natto.
taste.
Natto taste. Salad taste.
The natto,
Corn potage.
corn potage soup taste.
Natto.
What is that, ketchup? It's like it's ketchup.
サラダ。あとサラミ。サラミ。
Huh?
サラミ。
Celery?
サラミ。サラミ。
Dagashi or nothing?
Dagashi is like a small, really cheap snack. When you get like 10 yen, you can buy it.
Yeah. For 10 yen, you can go to the store and buy this, and it's now 92 yen.
Yeah.
Inflation.
モンブランの頭、ヘルのモンブラン。You know, that's chestnut.
Yeah. The bomb. These are the pizza chips. They actually look like they got real cheese on them. It has real cheese. But, you know, it's not good for you, but it will taste good with beer. This is where you would buy a ticket for the train if you didn't have these handy passes that we always have with prepaid, almost like credit cards that everybody's using these days. After meeting Emily, our daughter, at Tokorozawa, we decided, actually it was already pre-planned, that we were going to go to see Midori's mother and sisters for a Christmas Eve dinner. A little early, but that's the way we roll over there, eating chicken for Christmas. bus from the train station to Grandma's apartment. In Japan, most everybody gets fried chicken for Christmas, and a lot of times that comes from Kentucky Fried Chicken. We got this chicken from the local shopping market. And Christmas cake is a must-have every Christmas in Japan. Back in Tokorozawa, this coffee shop was on the way to and from the train station, so we thought we'd just stop by and get something to eat and get some coffee in the morning.
It's good? It's really good.
Really good.
It's really good.
How is it?
It's really good. They got this like 100% butter, 100% bread, water. It's supposed to be really fluffy and simple, and it goes really well with the soup. It's their pride and joy.
Yeah, according to this, it's 100 bread is the first in the world that 100 flour versus 100 water, and it has including the cream in it. It's usually gets more moisture, but this one is a moisture frothy. It really tastes good.
It's really good.
Is it really 100%? Maybe you should come here and find out yourself.
Beef lasagna.
Bolognese,
Bolognese.
ナスとビーフ。
So beef and eggplant bolognese. And Emily, what is yours?
I got turnip and asari. Lemon pepperoncino thing.
Nice. The following day, Midori and I went into Ikebukuro and then beyond. We went to go to Emily's apartment in Shiroi City, which is out in Chiba, towards Narita Airport. The Seibu Ikebukuro line had some familiar faces pasted onto the side of it for some of its trains that actually went out to an amusement park that is based on those characters in that book. The Seibu Ikebukuro line terminates at the ground floor at the Seibu department store in Ikebukuro. It's common for these private train companies to own department stores and intertwine their station buildings and department stores all along the tracks and build out something like monopoly. It's not a problem. It's a solution to how to finance public transportation. They intersect with the nationally owned train lines and work hand in glove to move massive amounts of passengers all over the city. For example, we're just a short walk to the Yamanote line, which is publicly owned, then transfer again to another privately owned train to get to Emily's. It's very efficient. Convenience stores in Japan are convenient. They have a lot of the stuff that you would need on a day-to-day basis, and it's relatively inexpensive, about the same as you would probably pay in a local grocery store.
Hey loser, get in. We're going shopping.
Oh, okay.
We're going shopping.
Come on. It's Christmas.
Oh, and this huge shopping mall is owned by 7-Eleven. Emily has been telling us about this place for a long time, and we finally get to go. And the owners even know us already.
Salt, put in this sauce,
Put the salt in the sauce.
and then she suggested eat this and that, kind of in turn, I guess.
Okay.
The next day, I go back to Ikebukuro and look around, just wanting to take some pictures, some videos. I'm going to go meet a friend for some beers later on. Ikebukuro is where one of the biggest anime stores is at. The underground passages in the train stations are not just to get from one train to another. They are also places of commerce. This is Tokyo's train station from the outside. It's in the Marunouchi business district. I decided to walk from here to my old stomping grounds. It was a longer walk than I remembered, or maybe my legs are just getting old. It was only a couple of miles, but it felt like a lot more. A lot of Tokyoites would not even make this walk because the trains are just so convenient and quick. But the walk for me was the point. I was trying to walk to my old stomping grounds in Kanda, where I worked for 5 or 6 years in the late 80s and 90s. I wanted to see what had changed. Overall, not as much as I would have thought. What has changed, actually, is Akihabara. This is an area of town that a lot of people are familiar with. It's electric town. It's where everybody used to go to buy all of their electronic goods, and you still can, but there's, a lot more places to go throughout Tokyo to do that. Right now, there's a lot of anime, video games, those UFO catchers. But you still can find in these back alleys the electronic doodads, like here. If you're into building things yourself, you can still find your stuff here. But these shops used to be way more full of these kinds of electronic components that people would use for doing their own electronic engineering. time with Midori's family. This year, we caught colds, and since my mother-in-law was in a fragile condition, our New Year's meals were enjoyed alone with Emily in our Airbnb. To end the year, we had soba called toshikoshi soba. And then on New Year's morning, we had our own special osechi ryori, New Year's food. The sound quality in the car is awful, so I'll just say here what I was saying there. We're on our way to an onsen, Japanese hot springs. In the meantime, we're going to go to that castle I was talking about, and also to a couple of other roadside points of interest, including the rest areas. These rest areas in Japan are fully appointed. They've got restaurants, they have pretty much every vending machine you could possibly want, selling pretty much anything Japanese mostly, including these Japanese sweet bean soups. And right next to it, the corn potage soup.
How much did it cost?
1,200 yen per
Each?
person.
Okay.
With a discount of 100 yen.
Our friend Atsushi showing that no good deed goes unpunished. And Emily, well, she just needed to be punished. The Lockhart Castle. While we were here, we saw several families with young girls dressed in gowns having their picture taken in this land of fairy tales. Our next stop was the Ikaho Toy, Doll, and Car Museum. It's filled with nostalgic items from the post-World War II era, known as the Showa era. It's a trip down someone else's memory lane, and also, it's just a trip. You owe yourself this little detour next time you find yourself in Ikaho, Guma Prefecture, which is about a 2-hour drive northwest from Tokyo. It's such an eclectic mix of pop culture. Decided to play some original pachinko. Atsushi-san got incredibly lucky or unlucky, I'm not sure which. Spoiler alert, we never did get that ball down. Almost. This area used to actually have animals. My opinion, they should have kept the animals. I really do mean eclectic. I'm not even that much of a car guy, but I got a little excited about all of these cars, and I actually forgot to take video. I wandered around with my iPhone taking pictures. So that's what we're getting in this little segment here, is just all of the various cars from the 60s and the 70s, early Skylines. We had Mark V's and Fairladies, and a couple of Morrises. So we had a few of the British Minis involved in this collection as well. Now we're back on the road, heading for the onsen. But first, we're gonna have some udon.
おうどん食べに来ましたケビン、エミリとケビンとアツシさん、それからヒロミさんいた。私そのうち、はい私
すごい。後ろ見てすごい綺麗。
大きい。楽しそう汁。
accommodations had obviously seen some years, but the staff was very nice. The rooms were super clean, and the food in the cafeteria was excellent. For obvious reasons, I could not get footage of the bath itself, but it was very relaxing. I've really debated whether to even use this video. It's so all over the place, but I did want to get kind of a good idea of what the room looked like. I don't know why I was acting like a drunk baboon when I took this video on that night, except for maybe I was a little bit tired from the road and some of the walking around that we did. No excuses, but here is the table that we would sit at if we wanted to eat dinner here. We of course would go down to the restaurant area, the Shokudo, and this little area out here is a great place just to sit and relax with a beer.
So it's not open today, but this is the former village of the Kingdom of Hawaii when they had a, I guess you'd call it kind of an embassy here when they were their own country. So Edo Jidai? Edo Jidai. So this has been around since the Edo period. Tokugawa Shogunate. So it's been around a while. And we're in Ikaho and we're on our way up the stairs.
Because of our colds, we didn't have a chance to go with family to pray for good luck at our local shrine in Kyosei. So we used the opportunity here to do so at the shrine at the top of the Ikaho steps. We weren't alone, but this is not what I would consider crowded.
And now we go down. Actually, down is hard too, because the stairs are so steep. Yeah, actually, it's a different burn.
So this is from a little shop we stopped by in on the way back from Ikaho back to Tokyo, and then our trip was pretty much over. More specifically, it was the end of my trip. I came home. Midori stayed for another week. In the meantime, she tormented me with pictures of food that she was eating, which I now will post here and torment you. took video of the places we went, and I didn't go out of the way this time to go to places like Shibuya, Asakusa, or any of the other big spots in Tokyo that we see a lot of videos already, which I will link to some of the videos down below. And maybe next year when I go, I will try to get a little bit more comprehensive of a video. But for now, that's our trip.